What is up, solar fan and crypto community? It is your host, Ian of Solar Dex, and got a very special podcast this week. We have the SOLiance here ready to answer any questions you may have, as well as introduce your project. So super excited for this week. We have big things on the horizon with the SOLiance. So without further ado, I'm going to hand it off to Tony and Dan. They're part of the Vitall project, and one big main point they wanted me to say is music NFT project. And if that doesn't get you excited, I honestly don't know what will. So I'll kick it over to Tony and Dan now.
Yeah, thanks Ian for the introduction. Again, if you guys don't know me, my name is Dan. I'm the marketing and research analyst at Vitall Markets. And basically what we are a token-backed NFT project that aims to build the first audio NFT marketplace where artists, musicians, and creators can create audio samples and sell it on our Vitall Marketplace to other artists, creators, and even fans. So in a nutshell, we're trying to become another Splice, except fully decentralized, while allowing all types of audio content other than music, like podcasts and ASMR content. So our project includes two assets. They are the Vitall token and the keycard NFT. So the Vitall token will be used for transactions on the marketplace along with the Solana token SOL. So to incentivize using the Vitall token, transactions on the marketplace will only be about a 2% fee with the Vitall token compared to a 9% fee with the Solana token or Solana coin. So again, we are a fully doxed team. You guys could see my face here. My name is Daniel Sikora. All our info can be found on the website. So my team members are Tony Bellinong. He is the founder and our lead developer right now. And then Ryan Crawford is our social media manager. He couldn't make it tonight, but he's been doing a great job. So in terms of roadmap, we rolled out phase one of our key cards, which have sold out literally in the last couple of days. It's been awesome. The community support has been great. Additionally, so we're going to roll out phase two. We have some exciting news on some new features that will include compared to phase one. And additionally, so we are hiring a decentralized developer to help Tony on the front end, back end development. He's literally been doing this all by himself. So, props to him. But basically, the developer will help create the marketplace with Tony. So with the marketplace, we want it to be different a lot than other NFT marketplaces, especially since we're audio based. One of the concepts we want to include is a launch pad. So independent creators, meaning that could be you, me, literally anyone in the Zoom call, can go out, create their audio sample, send it in to get it approved. If it gets approved, it'll be listed on the marketplace. Additionally, we want to increase the utility of our Vitall token. So we also introduce staking concepts. And basically how the staking works currently is any one of our keycard NFT holders, they get paid out 2 Vitall weekly every week, which doesn't sound like a lot, but we're a low supply project. We only have 500,000 tokens, about 402,000 circulating. So we paid out around almost $400 just this past weekend to our keycard holders. So also, well, actually, that's pretty much it on my end. So Tony, if you want to go into more depth on the key card benefits, phase two, or literally anything else I didn't state or questions, go ahead and we got the floor.
Sure. Yeah. Thank you, Dan. I appreciate that. It's a great introduction. He basically covered most of it except for our growth. Our growth has been insane this last couple of days. It's been ridiculous. Our community has just grown 600 people in our Discord alone just the last couple of days. And our token in the last 7 days has gone up about 300%, which is insane. Support's unimaginable, as you could probably tell, just because there's no marketplace that strictly focuses on audios alone, audio NFTs, especially on Solana. And I was kind of like the first person to really just notice that and realize that, because I'm an artist myself. I make music on my own. Like I said, my Spotify is on our website. I believe I could share my screen. Is that correct? I can.
That is correct.
Cool. Let me go ahead and do that. So this is kind of our website at the moment. We're in the process of updating it right now and make it look a bit cooler, a bit more sleek. On here, we got most of our information. If you scroll all the way down, you can read about our team. There's me, there's Dan, there's Ryan. we have our full roadmap here. We're going pretty smoothly in terms of development, and especially our newly developed, which is phase 2 keycard NFTs. So as Dan mentioned, there's some pretty good benefits with the NFTs alone. They're going to be dividend rewarding, and it's going to be based off of a multiplier system. So depending on how rare each keycard is, people will receive more or less in dividend rewards. So if someone has the top 3 rarest key cards across all phases, they're going to be obviously the ones to receive the most in dividends. And these dividends are going to be paid out every quarter through the fees listed from our Vitall Marketplace, the audio NFT marketplace. So yeah, we've got a lot going on. Besides that, we have also voting proposals and beta access. So we'll have NFT holders receive a private link for them to access this marketplace, kind of help us test it, learn it a little bit more, understand the fees from the back end, and whether or not we should determine more listing fees or not. As of currently, we want to have no listing fees on our marketplace for people like who are either musicians or even just strictly content creators. So it should be pretty straightforward. As mentioned, Launchpad, we'll be using Vitall token for that. So we got pretty much everything rounded out. So it's just a matter of doing it now. We're just looking for a developer ready to pay. Hopefully we can get this out.
Also, additionally, so we actually just got listed on Magic Eden. So if you want to, our phase 1 key cards are on Magic Eden. They've been a huge hit so far. I believe our volume traded now for the NFTs just today has been almost 500 SOL, which is absolutely incredible. Not only that, like those literally got sold out, bought up. The hype is awesome. Really, our community has been the best support we can imagine. But those have been an absolute success. And I think the floor price is, don't quote me on it, but I think it's around 4 SOL now, which is nuts. Mint price is only 0.33. So it's been great so far.
Yep. I think that about covers most of our end. Again, we have our Discord link all on our website. You can find us there at vitallmarkets.com. It's 2 L's in Vitall. So be sure to check us out.
Yeah, and I'll go ahead, drop our Twitter link into the chat. That Twitter link, there's a link tree right on our Twitter bio that'll take you to all sorts of links that we have associated with our project. So yeah.
Does anyone have any questions by chance? Just curious. That's coming across from other projects as well, if you guys are curious. Nope. No, maybe so. Pretty straightforward, I know.
No questions at all. That's crazy.
Boom, mic drop.
Here, I'll spice things up. So you guys, in my opinion, are being extremely humble. So as you mentioned, you initially started your NFT sale at 0.33 and now it's at 4.
Yeah.
So
it actually, I think it peaked up to 8 overnight as well. So
holy crap.
Yeah.
So you guys have been having a very good week. I know when we got introduced, I was like, hey man, what you're doing is awesome. I'm like, I'm gonna buy into this. So I bought in at 5 cents, and you guys are like,
nice.
Yeah, you guys are trading at like 41 cents
Awesome.
now. I'm just like, holy crap, this is awesome.
Yeah, absolutely nuts. And we expect more and more growth and more hype as time goes on. I know that pretty much how much has been paid in commission the last month. Through all of the sales and commission, we've so far collected 44 SOL, which is pretty nice. We have a 1% set aside directly to the team, which is very little, but that's because we hold a substantial stake in the token itself. So we're trying to do what's best for the community. So we're really trying to reinvest back into this project with whatever money that we get. But yeah, as I was saying, as time moves on, as more key card phases come out, we have like I said, up to 3. As more and more of them come out, we're expecting the floor prices to go higher and higher because people will be fighting over those dividends. We expect a lot of traffic when the marketplace does go live, because we'll be taking marketing super duper seriously. And there's just not enough secondary marketplaces out there that are taking audio NFTs to their full potential. So we'll be including, forgot to mention, we're going to be including not only music, audio samples, ASMR even. We all know that ASMR has a substantial community behind it. I'm not personally a fan behind that stuff, but I know that there are people like that. So we'll be taking that into effect as well. And then as well as future podcasts, we still have to kind of figure out the limits behind podcasts. So you guys could even put your podcast on Vitall Marketplace. So
We will.
And don't ask me twice.
there you go. So yeah, that's about it. Dan, I don't know if I missed anything.
So actually we got some exciting news for phase 2. So me and Tony and I are just discussing this over the phone, but so we really want to implement some certain aesthetics, very different compared to phase 1 key cards. But additionally, we're going to attach an MP4 file. So this is all a rough draft because we don't want any running any copyright issues, but we are thinking about putting, let's say, a dubstep track on on whatever type of aesthetic, whether it's waves or something, of that nature. So our phase 2 rollout is going to be completely different than phase 1. It's going to be a lot more exciting, and just, I don't know about you guys, but I'd love to hold a key card that has music and some type of design that looks absolutely killer. So
absolutely, yeah, and we'll have a few 1-for-1s, and also like you mentioned, just different genre type of different, really music oriented, because we did have some criticism in terms of the key cards themselves. Are like, man, am I buying a crypto card? Is this a bank that I'm investing into? So we really want these key cards to stand out and look cool. Originally, the key cards were created as like a imaginary swipe, beta access kind of stuff, but it really has evolved to something better after hearing the community and what they had to say. So music, design, all genre oriented. It's gonna be pretty cool with the next 2 phases.
yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Looks like you guys got 2 questions. If you guys want to take a look.
Let's see. Sounds like an awesome project. So how will it work with people who buy these soundbite NFTs? Will it be like if an artist uses their soundbite, they'll earn a commission? Oh, I see what you're saying. So that's actually something that we're actually researching. We're not 100% sure on how we can take an NFT, and if every time someone uses it or presses play on it, if some kind of commission can be sent out to those who own that specific sample, or maybe even a portion of that sample. As of right now, we're just strictly selling the direct NFTs. From my vision alone, since I'm an artist, I'll decide to say like, oh, I have an EP coming out and I have stems that I'm releasing from each song. And stems are essentially like just the drums, or just the synth pad, or just the background ambience noise that I use for my tracks, right? And I could sell those as legitimate samples, royalty free, and people can use them for their own music if they would like to. So that's kind of like one idea, as well as other musics and stuff like that. So, and then I believe it says, do I need a key card to earn commissions? To earn dividends, yes, you'll need to own all 3 phases in order to receive the dividends. More information, if you read our white papers, very descriptive, description. Wow, I can't say that. Very, very descriptive information about the key cards alone there for those all 3 phases. Well, I need phase 1 key card to get phase 2. No, you can get phase 2 or 3 if you don't even have the other ones. Just note that there will be whitelist spots for those who have purchased phase 1, just because people who wanted phase 1 initially wanted to get phases 2 and 3. So we want to give them that opportunity to purchase one for themselves, to get that dividend. So yeah, I think that's all the questions. I don't see any really other. Yeah. I think that's it.
Also, you guys just recently got on CoinMarketCap as well, right?
We did. Yeah.
Yeah. There's been so much info. It's nuts. Dan, did you want to cover that?
Yeah, so that was probably our 2nd time applying. We had a lot more information, and a lot more just a lot more information and links to throw out this time around. So I mean, it was awesome. Our token, I think it literally spiked up like 100%, literally right when we got listed. It went from like 0.3 to 0.6 about. But yeah, also I kind of want to highlight basically our token distribution specifically. It's been honestly amazing to see our token develop over time. at the start of it, we had a lot of strong ownership in a few hands. And since last week, it's been very evened out and equal. So we own, I believe, the staking wallet and the marketing wallet are the top three, correct, Tony?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we only have one more holder holds 12% of the supply, and then the rest of it is pretty equal among the community. So
Actually, the 12% is the staking rewards, and then the third place is the airdrops that we have, and then the second place is only the holder. He only holds 8%. We just had an 18% holder sell on all of us, and our community just brought that price right back up super duper quick.
Yeah.
Which caused us to go trending. But to kind of contribute to the SOLiance here, the SOLiance thing that we have going on, we really want to allow different projects to also list their NFTs, preferably audio based, just kind of like as a thank you for letting us kind of share information between one another and really work together to do what we want to do here. And so with the SOLiance, we kind of want to give that opportunity, whether it be a free feature or a free launchpad event or some sort of that. It's kind of marketing collaboration of some kind. So
yeah, like whatever we can do to you guys, man, you guys have provided us like a platform and an audience to really engage in. So it's been really awesome so far.
yeah, I think that's actually all we got now. Now that I'm not forgetting, we had so much happen, so it's kind of like all over the place.
Yeah, you guys have been killing it this week, that's for sure. Do you mind if I drop the CoinMarketCap link in the chat?
Go for it.
Absolutely, yeah, go for it.
Cool.
I'm gonna drop our Twitter link as well.
Make sure to add them to your watch list. These guys are obviously fully doxed and they've been killing it. I'm excited to see what the future holds for them.
I appreciate that.
Appreciate it.
Not a problem. Cool. So that was vital, and definitely go check them out. Great things coming. So next on the AMA is Wurklo. Do you want to tell us more about your project and all that fun stuff?
Yes. Hi, everyone. My name is Bobby, and I would like to just start by telling you a little bit about myself. I'm a traveling nurse, and I've been in the profession for about 5 years. And during my years of service, I had a question that kept bothering me. Can I try something else besides the job that I'm doing? But my job, it provided me with a sense of security, and I could pay my bills with that. But this question, it just kept bothering me. So the thing was that I couldn't just quit my job and start a new career from scratch. So because I had bills to pay, but then again, I wanted to give myself a chance at something. So I built Wurklo to give myself that chance, a chance to try something without having to quit my job. Wurklo allows you to create projects that you're interested in. You can hire people or get hired. You can collaborate with a team or create your own passion projects. It's really your call. That's a little bit about me and why I decided to start the application and build it. But so far what I've accomplished is I have built a team of 3 people, and currently we're working to get the application designed, and we've settled on a design, and I can actually share that with you now if you want. Let me just get that here. Do I have the ability to share?
I'm pretty sure I made you host. There we go. Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, so this is the design that we're kind of on right now. It's basically, these are, it's just be an intuitive design, so you don't have to try to figure it out, but these are the workers. I'm just going to tell you, that you could switch to the projects that have been posted. And we'll clean this up in the future. You can click on collaboration, apply. Upvoting and downvoting projects, posting a project, you can do that from here. It's really simple. You have your projects that you're in a group with, that you're talking to people on the project. So this is a project. And we have a group chat with everyone, kind of like Telegram or something like that. And then these are your personal things here. And then you have the worker there. So that's kind of the application that we have set on the design wise there for now. And we're going to start building that this week. We'll start putting together like the wireframes and stuff and how we're going to build it, and then start writing the code. And hopefully we can be finished with this by August. And so that's with that. And so I just finished minting also 2,000 NFTs. Our NFTs represent the workers. So I've made a classification of 6 groups. There's classification of 9 groups normally, but I broke it down to 6. We have laborers, service workers, operatives, crafts and trades, professionals, and aggregators. I renamed the aggregators from executives because, I prefer a decentralized, flattened structure. So that's kind of something that I've decided to call them. Also, we're going to have special editions and one of a kinds. And the total supply will be 10,000, and those will be released throughout the year. Currently, we're working on getting listings to the NFT exchanges. We have Magic Eden and Digital Eyes has been verified. These are the NFTs. Where we have different variations of each tool. This series has 4 tools. We have silver, gold, and bronze, and gold is the most expensive. Looks like I accidentally clicked on that there, but silver is, silver, gold, and bronze, and then they just kind of go up in variation. There's a 3% royalty, and then whatever fee the exchange charges. This hold on, this thing is in my way here. Sorry, I was trying to get to Digital Eyes. Okay, this is on Digital Eyes. It takes forever to list them, so I'm currently in the process of listing those. Okay, so you can find those there. We are on SolC, but they're unverified. So if you want to find them, you'll have to search through the unverified section, and we're just waiting to be verified. Radium and Solanart are some other ones we're looking at. I've applied to Radium and just waiting to hear back. I will be posting a sign-up form for an NFT sale on Twitter tonight. You will be able to buy our NFTs at a 50% discount, and we're going to sell 800 of them. And that'll just go until they sell, and then we'll see what happens. So currently the price is 2, 3, and 4 SOL for the full price on the exchanges. And the 50% sale is 1, 2, and 3 SOL, depending on the rarity. The gold has 50 of each tool. The silver has 150 of each tool, and then the bronze has 300 of each tool. Let's see here. We will be doing our airdrop on the 25th for the Wurklo token, and you can still sign up for that on the Twitter profile that we have. And there's a link there in the header section, just where you look at our profile. Now, our work token will be launched later this year with the application, because it's going to be used as a primary form of payment within the application. And additionally, we're going to be using smart contracts to help protect workers within the applications, and so that the funds will be held within that smart contract until the job is complete. Both parties have to agree, and then we'll release those funds. And I think that's pretty much everything that I've got right now. And if you guys have any questions, I can answer those. Yeah, I don't see any questions. Anybody else has any questions with this? And then also, I guess I'll talk a little bit about the SOLiance too. I really didn't have a community when I first started this thing, and I didn't have anyone working with me on it. So I've had to build those things. I recently went through a coding boot camp to learn all of this stuff, and I also wanted to network there a little bit too. So I found 2 people there who are helping me get this thing going. As far as the website, one of the developers helped build this website with me. And so this is our website. You can go there, it's wurklo.com. It'll change a little bit because there's some things we're going to move around. This was the original app design that I had built, but we've moved away from that. And I've got just a few of our NFTs on there. I didn't want to list them all at first, but I can get them on there. Then this next program, we're actually going to consume this within the application. And so we'll be hiring people and allowing people to work on the application from within the application. We'll just pay them and work. And then we'll have a total supply of 1 billion. And I know that's a lot, but people want low supply, but there's currently about 8 billion people on the planet. And if you think that maybe not all of them are workers, so there's probably 2 or 3 billion workers. So, you know, you're not gonna want to be like transferring around Bitcoin kind of situation where you can have like 0.0001, you know, like people don't understand that. So I try to keep it as close to a single digit as possible. So if it's $35 per coin, you know, you could actually have a couple of them to be able to pay with and not be so confused. So like I said, we're planning to launch late 2022. That's kind of just like tentative because you know, I really don't know exactly what's going to happen, but you know, we might finish earlier than that. You know, we could finish a lot earlier than that. I don't know. But then I've got 20% for the team. And this 60% here also includes the pre-sale and all that stuff. I just threw it all in there. Our plan is just right here, planned out for you. I got a little bit, you know, about me being a registered nurse there. And if you want to sign up to any of our social medias, you can come down here. I've got all of those down at the bottom. You can contact me at any of these places, and you know, we can get to you whatever you need.
Yeah, I just want to bring it to your attention. There were some questions popping up about the NFTs in the chat. I don't know if you had seen those.
No, I didn't. Sorry. What was the questions?
It looks
Jay-
like someone. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. You're good. Sorry.
Oh, I was just going to say Jay and Darky were essentially asking the same question. So whichever one you comprehend better.
So there's a question that says, do the NFTs allow workers to provide services, or are they effectively investments in the company? Right now, what I can say about them is that they are a product and you're basically buying them for the rarity. And that's about all I can say right now. But we do have some plans. But that's all I can say. And then we do have some ideas that were brought up about using NFTs as a way to verify workers. So we were planning on looking at that to see if we could verify workers by issuing them NFTs. So yeah, sorry, I can't give any more information on that, how the NFTs are going to be used in the future, but I will say that, you know, I would buy one.
All right, fair
Honestly.
enough. Well, yeah, thanks for coming on tonight. Or is that all you have to say? Right? Am I jumping the gun? Or
No,
Okay.
everything's good. If nobody has any questions, I'm good.
I do want to give a little context.
I'm kind of famous for that.
Yeah, okay. So, I mean, Bobby, like prior Wurklo, you were a Solar community member, correct?
Yes, I was actually got back into looking into crypto, you know, because I was in that Dogecoin right before it went up, and I had 1 million Dogecoin when I had paid like $2,500 for them, and then I sold them right before it went up, and I was just like, oh man, I was so upset, and I wouldn't even look at crypto for a while, but I started looking, you know, right about the time I got into your group, and yeah, and then I started thinking about how I could use crypto for this idea I had because I've been trying to figure out a solution for payment processing. And payment processing is such a complicated thing when you're trying to use Visa and fiat currency, and because you have to like create this big elaborate back end to be able to pay. And then when you add in someone who's paying another person and you're the third party, it just becomes really complicated, because you want to give yourself a percentage of the transaction. And then, so it's a charge for the merchant. And then you're sending money to the workers, and that's a charge. And so you got to figure out a way to lower the payment in crypto. It just ended up being so yeah, I kind of, when I was in your community, that's when I messaged you and started talking about that.
Yep, I'm glad we had that conversation. And my word's true. Like anyone listening to this, any community members, we want to help you out with your goal. Like your success is our success and vice versa. So whatever you need from us, or probably any of these teams, just let us know.
Hey, Bobby, I did have a question for you. So for the
Yeah.
worker side, I heard what you said about the NFTs, but I was more interested in about the actual process of using the application and kind of like reaching out to these people who are willing to do a job of some kind. Now, would there be some sort of jobs that can focus on online work, maybe like IT or something tech related, programming, Web3 development, for example, because we need a developer. So, yeah, I was just curious.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's something that you were going to implement.
Yeah, originally my plan was to focus on just laborers, people with their hands, but that was the original design. And this design is actually focusing on more along the lines of what you're talking about. So yeah, you could, anyone could post to the application at this point. And actually the thing about this is that, like a lot of the applications for having workers is that they want to say that you need to be in a certain category. So like I have to be in a developer, and we'll have those too, but you could post any job you want. You could make up your own job. It's yours. You don't have to be limited by the technology. Like when, with Excel and Microsoft and things like that doesn't tell you what to write. You're the one that writes it. It just gives you the ability to be able to do that. So that's what I'm trying to do with this application and with my team is I want to give people the ability to offer whatever service that they want to offer, work on projects together, anything that you want to do. And then you can make money that way also. So.
And to kind of go off of that, could that be something where I could, like, let's say I want to make music for someone, or maybe create a NFT collection for someone? Is that some kind of job that I could offer to do on Wurklo?
Yeah, you could offer that as a project post, and you could even be a manager of the project post and have multiple people work on that project together.
Gotcha.
So you could have multiple positions on a single project.
Great. And you'll have ways of like guaranteeing that they'll do what they said they were going to do, I'm assuming.
Yes, the smart contract, the reason we created blockchain from just not for just payment, but also was, when someone pays someone, when you pay a contractor to do something for you and they do have to work and then they don't finish, then they have all the money and then they're gone, So what we're going to create in a smart contract is the ability for the money to be stored in a smart contract. And once the work is completed, then both parties can, get on the application and, click a button and say that the work is done. And in the event that either one of those disagree, there's a third signature, and that's the Wurklo company application. And then we'll make the final decision on how those funds will be released.
Great. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Hey, with that being said, so SOLiance isn't just us 4 projects. There's still a lot more projects out there, and we're actually still onboarding new projects as well. So one of them who couldn't make it tonight is SolNet. So Bobby, I'd highly recommend you talk to him. He's already got a similar smart contract in place.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like a multi-signature vault where 2 parties agree. store of funds. Could be useful.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
Yep.
You said SolNet?
Yep.
Okay.
Cool.
Thank you.
I guess Ian, you want to introduce the last project?
Yeah, definitely. And actually, I do have a quick question for you, Bobby, too.
Yeah, go ahead.
So when a worker signs a contract to complete a job, are they acting as subcontractors for Wurklo, or is it just is Wurklo the bridge to have those
Yeah.
communications?
Yeah, we are simply just providing the ability. The application takes a percentage of the transaction. I haven't decided on exactly what that's going to be yet. I think it's going to be low. I'd like it to be 3% because you already pay about 3% when you're getting into crypto, but yeah, we'll just take a small percentage of the transaction, and then then they'll make that transaction between each other.
Okay.
But we the only thing we will be as far as between them two is if either one of them cannot sign the contract, then there needs to be a third party to have a dispute process. So we'll have that in place.
Okay, perfect. I know like
Yeah.
liability and risk is huge for that kind of space, so I want to make sure
Yeah.
we touch on that a little bit too.
Yeah, definitely.
I think we just got another question from Dark.
Oof, it's a tax question.
Uh-oh.
I was just about to ask that too. It's so funny.
Oh, that's the thing that we haven't talked about it yet as far as this design, but now some things that I wanted to include in the application when I first had the idea was business tools to give a person the power to be able to do things that big companies can do. So I'll try to figure out a way to put that in there. I definitely want to create a way where you can keep track of, your transactions, how much income tax you need to pay, and break it all down that way. And let's see, it says, will there be transaction tracking system in place as well for workers and job posters so they can create reports for tax purposes? Yes, we're going to look at doing that. That's something I think that's probably very important to have. So we'll look at it.
So, I mean, theoretically, couldn't you just use SolScan for that?
Yeah, we could just, yeah, that's definitely how I was going to do it, because we could pull all of the contract information, I mean, the address information of the transactions, and pull all that in and combine it all into one thing, and then just figure out how much taxes someone needs to make. But yeah.
Right on. You leaving, man? Do you want to ask any questions? I know you always have questions for us.
Take that as a no.
He's our question guy in our community.
Oh, I see.
Did he leave?
No, he's still on.
He's testing
he-
us.
Yeah,
Is he typing?
He's testing us.
yeah.
He's a hell of a
No-
test.
Nothing but love for him, but he asks the same
No.
question every day. Come on, man, ask it, please.
That's okay. You can ask.
All right, we try. Oh, there it is. There it
There
is.
it is. We don't know.
2 to 3
No.
weeks. Once again, ask me tomorrow. 2 to 3 weeks. All
Now,
right.
is that for
There
your
it is.
guys' decks, I'm assuming?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
dude's hilarious. He's every day, one dex. There we go.
I love it.
Yeah. Good
Putting
job.
his own signature on here now.
All right. You want to introduce the last but certainly not least project?
Yeah, definitely. So our next guest, he has great things working in the space. He's part of the White Elephant Project. So I'll hand over the reins, and excited to get your name out here finally too.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello?
Hey, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, perfect.
Can
You got the
guys
floor,
hear
man.
me?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm Alan. I'm from Philippines, but the team is from all over the world. So our strength probably lies on our technical ability to create and develop. Um, so as of now, we're focused on our game development. So we have a team in Germany, around 9-person game developers plus some Python developers who are currently doing games for us and other bots that we will use. So currently we just launched. Actually, we're launching today. I don't know if it's been launched because I slept all night. I was so tired all week. But today or tomorrow we will be launching our staking protocol, and then let's see if how this thing goes. We've been developing this since November. So we've been testing this on the on local host and then also testing on the DevNet. Then it's been stable, so probably we'll be releasing it tomorrow, today or tomorrow, or within this week. So also we have 4 MVPs, but they're pretty useless. We have Dex, we have Swap, we have a Metaplex, we have a Gumdrop. We don't know how to use the Gumdrop. I sorry, I have a 2-year-old kid here, and my wife isn't went to work because they have shortage of doctors, so I'm taking care of my kid. So I'm sorry for the if I would noisy background. So anyway, we have a Gumdrop that you could airdrop a token and an NFT, but we don't know how to use it. But it's there. It's in our website. So what we're creating right now is a gaming portal. Probably it will open next week. The idea is to, for example, this project wants a game. Actually, game is not that easy as it looks. So after you will develop it, you need a smart contract for that one. Then you have to need a server for that one. It's not the same server as website because website can go down and nothing happens. It can be laggy and nothing significant that would happen. But for gaming, there should be no lag time and there should be a redundant server for that one. So for the gaming portal, we will provide everything, the server, the game development, even the smart contract for that one. We will maintain everything. The idea is to have it multi-chain so we can get projects from BSC. They want a game, we can put it in a portal. You can deploy a smart contract for them using their token. So that's the idea of the gaming portal. We actually made the gaming portal at first to be the launch pad for our games, but then we realized we could put other games too and deploy smart contract over those games and get and probably so our developers could earn money developing games. So that's why we opened it. We're currently we have three. We are in partnership with 3 projects, Solana project. We are creating games for them, and also have a trading bot. We're still testing it. Actually, I said I told Richard I'm going to give him an access to this one. But since this one would either make you money or lose you money, so we need to really stress test this trading bot so that we would be sure that it would be it could make you money. So the idea is for NFT, we started with NFT before. We have an NFT in OpenSea. The NFT would play a role in our ecosystem. So for trading bots, the NFT the same the ideas with Vitall. The NFT would be the login credential. So if you want to use the trading bot, you have to use your NFT to open it, and then you can trade it. You can just put an API. For example, if you're using FTX, get your FTX API, put it there. All your money from FTX will show up in the trading in that portal. And then you can you can place your how much money do you want, what is your stop loss, what is your TP, will take profit. Um, everything everything you need would be there, and you just execute it. It will not execute right away. It will read. It will first because we we deploy an algorithm for that one. It will calculate, it will read the trend, then it will execute the trade if it sees if it find the trade profitable. So we're just testing it. Another so for also for the NFT, we are actually we just
Okay.
released a medium before we
Hey, Bobby, do you mind muting real me? That's fine. And admin while he's talking. If you don't mind. Thank you. You're the
Okay,
host.
thank
so.
All right, I'll pass it on back to
And,
Ian. Hold on.
okay. So for before we started this one, we were actually release a medium thing. And then when Vitall was talking about the dividend, I said, oh, we have the same idea. Because for in the portal, the portal would really generate fees. We will actually be getting around 0.5% for other projects. So every time they make those players will do a transaction for swapping, we'll get 0.5% only. So out of those 0.5%, probably 1,000 players would play. Would get 0.5% every time they would swap, or because from SPL token or any BS token or ERC token, they would have to buy a credit to play in the game. From credit, if they want to go to token, they would have to swap it. So that's where we would get the fees from swapping. Out of those fees that we would generate, a portion would go to a pool where you can stake your NFT and you would get a dividend from that one. So every month, every month we would generate fee. Would a portion, probably like 25% of those of the total fee would go to the pool. Then as long as your NFT is there stake, the money would go to your wallet right away. So we have those. That's part of our NFT use case. So another one would be for the in-game use case, or you can own a utility in the game. Because we are launching for our part only. We have 10 games as part of our plan. We would have adventure, we would have simple games, but we would have heavy games like multiplayer, like mobile legend type of game. We would have Farmville type of game. We would have Roblox type of game. So these are already in the pipeline. So those NFTs would be used inside those games. So that's another way of using the NFT. So our vision is to launch as many games as we can, since this is our forte. We are not good in marketing, but in development part, I can proudly say my team is really top notch. So probably our goal is to be one of the dominant project in the blockchain gaming. That is actually our goal. This has been our goal from the very start. We just made the Dex and the swap and those other things that we made that in our website just to flex or just to try that we can do something. But other than that, we are not really interested in those decks. But we will upgrade our decks because we will connect that to our portal. So if after the players would swap from credit to SPL and then they want to do to trade or whatever they want, the USDC from the SPL, it would be easy for them because it would be connected. We put that one there. Also, well, for the SOLiance, it has been great working with knowing other project, because we like, for example, we knew about Vitall, we knew about Wurklo, but me and Richard, we met at the GitHub chat and the issues. So funny, huh? You can meet anywhere else, but we met at GitHub. We were complaining about the ecosystem, Solana ecosystem. Took them so long to release all of us. So the thread actually had a lot of. It started with 2 questions with 2 guys asking when are we going to get listed. Then it grew to a full blown chat room with me, and then we were just talking. "Eh, let's go to the TG and then we talk." That's where I met Richard. At that time we had already a token, but we really don't have any plans to list yet. To be honest, if you would ask me, I really don't want to list our token yet. But since the community wants to list it, so I list it. I want to build first before probably list the tokens or sell. But since we have this thing, we have to listen also to our community. So well, we have to list and sell. So we have to adjust. So we did everything now. We're actually in we are on track with our roadmap, and probably a little behind with what's supposed to launch the game. But in terms of other projects, we skip at least 2 stages. So probably we're in good shape right now. Any questions?
So, I mean, I asked a question about basically just like saying, so you guys create games for other projects. You have a swap going, a trading bot, and you stake NFTs. Is that correct?
What? Trading bots? What
Oh,
about?
I heard. I'm not sorry. I thought I heard you say something about trading.
Yes,
Trading.
we have those. We
You
have a
have
trading
trading.
bot
You have
right
trading
now.
bots. You said.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So the
Cool.
NFT would be a login credential to open the bots. Once you have that NFT, you can open, because we've been tracking our. What if we just give them, and then they can just share it to anyone else, because a trading bot is expensive. So we don't want them sharing the bots to anyone else. But we want to give it to our community, but we don't want them to share it to other community. So we did database for that one, so they can just log in, get a key pair with the IP something lock. But the problem is you cannot lock the IP because other people use different IPs. For example, you have your home internet, you have your mobile internet. Probably you travel abroad, you want to trade. That would limit the people from using our trading bots. So we went back and forth, and then we realized we can use the NFT as a login credential. You cannot share your NFT. If you share it, I don't know if they will return it to you. But holding the NFT as a login credential would help a lot.
Yeah, and I think that's a good new way of authentication for sure. I haven't seen another project do something like that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
like one thing that I like about this whole alliance is like all these projects. We're all unique from one another. We're all trying to accomplish something different that's never really been done before. I mean, we're not a derivative of any of these like monkeys, any NFTs and stuff. So it's cool to see that, we're all trying to do something different here. So props, man, props.
And it looks like you have 2 questions in the chat.
Yeah. So we actually, in the marketing side, we are really bad at marketing side, but we have improved. So we will hire a Twitter influencer after we launch our NFT to really do a lot of sales and to probably shield us. And then we just got accepted yesterday from Blockchain Games as Alliance. So probably it has not reached the effect yet. We haven't been listed in their website yet because we just got accepted yesterday. So we're really working on our marketing side. That's what, and we really know that's really our we are weak on that side. We are good on developing, but really weak on marketing. So we are improving our marketing right now. We're studying it. We're making a headway. We're improving it. So connecting to people like in SOLiance, we already connected to other influencers to get us to mention us, like Girl Gun Crypto and those Luna PR stuff in Twitter, because I know Twitter is the best marketing site. for crypto. There's nothing would compare other than Twitter and CMC. So also for the games, there's a question about the games. Yes, we will have uh, a MOBA type game. We are actually in second stage of our acquisition. Actually, we will not develop this one. We'll just acquire and then reskin it because it takes time. This kind of game takes a lot of time to create. It's not just we can make it for 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and then just deploy it. So our strategy is to acquire it and reskin it since, and then improve the graphics and other, or we need to improve the speed. So once we have this portal, our marketing will start because we don't have anything to market yet. I really don't want to market our token as just a token and then just sell the idea to the people that okay, you can buy this one and this is the idea. I don't know if but that's just me. But I really want something to show to them. Okay, this is the portal. We have a game in it. If you want in, just buy the token or you can buy the NFT. So that's why when we do announcement, we make sure that we have this working product, or we are working on a product, not working on an idea of a product. So for example, the trading bot, it's actually online, but we just don't share the URL link. But it's online already. We're testing it. We're trying to test it and then improve it, add another indicator, and then test again, trade $5 each. If you can improve the $5, then okay, that's good. We're trying to also do the low time frame, high time frame, so we can really improve it. Actually, there's another team that wants to buy that trading bot. We'll have a meeting on the 20th, so I don't know, but they are trying to buy that bot for them, just rebrand it and then do the I don't know if they will do the server hosting or they will leave the hosting to us. So that's another thing that we are doing right now. And then we start with the marketing. Probably after all this craziness and after listing and everything else, we can start with the marketing and concentrate on the marketing. Also with the NFT, we applied at the Magic Eden for Launchpad. So we're waiting for the reply. We won't list like one at a time. So we would really want them to launch at, so it would really, because we're launching around 9,000 something NFTs, unique trades with the trades, and then it would be generated by art generator. So the art generator will just match the trades and everything else. So it would be a unique one. So we want to launch it at Magic Eden. So we applied last Friday, so we haven't heard yet. I don't know how long you would to take them to reply, but the launching would be around February 18 also, so a month from now. So I don't know if they would, but we're looking at Solana Art, we're looking at Digitalize, we're looking at Magic Eden. Also probably Vitall if they would accept our NFT. They have that one also. So we would probably list around 3 sold because the NFT would have a use case like they could earn from that NFT from the games. They could use the trading bots for that one, and we are going to give free NFTs to the pre-sale and IDO people. So we already took a snapshot last Friday. So those who sold would not get the NFT and the airdrop. We'll take another snapshot today, so we would know if they would be part of those who would be able to get the NFT. Actually, 3 NFT per wallet. We'll give 3 NFT per wallet. That would cost 3 sold per NFT. So they could stake in they can use it at the spot, and then they can stake it on the game, on other, they can, or 2 games they want to stake their NFT, so they could earn money from that one. Because if you only give them one, if they stake it, they cannot use the trading bot. So we would give them 3 NFTs.
These are all really, really cool concepts. There was I think there was a question for all of us here from Farden in terms of does a team have an effect on price drop or not? Gives this point of view saying yes, low advertising, poor marketing, low followers. And then he gave some examples. Richard, did you want to go off of that by chance?
Yeah, sure. I can go first on this. All right, so let me read it because he said word per word basically. Does a team have an effect on price drop or not? I say yes. Low advertising, poor marketing, low followers. My answer to that would be yes and no. Yes, we are the team, me, John, Ian, we're out here. We're trying to make a name for solar. We're constantly networking. We're hoping this community can see the hard work in that. A team in itself needs to be as active as humanly possible. One thing I feel like we as a solar team did correct was we're always actively engaging with our community, trying to like brainstorm with them, showing them, hey, we value your feedback, we're using it. So that's where I say yes, the team does have an effect on price. People can see that transparency from a team. Look at Vitall, look at Phant, everyone's fully doxed. We're bringing on people we feel comfortable with in a sense. So that's where I say yes, a team does have that effect on price. People can see that. People see that I'm out here, that Vitall's out here, Wurklo's out here, my team's out here, fans out here. We're all trying to do right by the community. One thing that the community fails to realize sometimes is, yeah, you guys want to be rich off of our token. That's correct. But hey, guess what? We would like the same as well. We're not over here like, damn, I hope this shit drops 50%. No, not at all. We all want to retire. We all want to do well from our standpoint and from your standpoint. The only way we win is if you win. So that's where I say, yes, a team does have that effect. No, because people also fail to realize crypto is global. Like we have once, the beauty of blockchain is that it's decentralized, right? No one's controlling it unless there are bad actors in play. So just from our personal experience at Solar, we did our private sale. When we were sending out 20% of the rest of the tokens for vesting, we noticed 99% of private sale participants dumped within 3 minutes of launch. So literally any wallet address on SolScan right now is a new investor, which is awesome. That means we are constantly growing. We have literally gotten rid of the paper hands. So I hope that answers your question. It's kind of yes and no. There needs to be a good combination of both, if that makes sense.
I agree with that myself.
Yeah,
Definitely
yeah, me too. To be honest, it would be a blessing for us if we could get rid of those paper hands, because we actually have already money to buy the dip, because our team doesn't have a token. So that would be an opportunity for us to buy and then just get rid of those people who really want to just dump and don't care about the project. I would rather have like 100 people in our community that really cares, rather than have those just 1,000 but one toxic person. People who really don't know how to read and comprehend. That's so they thought we were just as project owners, all of you. Having a project is really stressful than having a real business. I am a CEO of 2 companies, but crypto really gave me a lot of stress, to be honest. So um, to see people dumping on the launch is really gave me a really good unloaded some burden on me. So now we can really concentrate on building, because this is what we really want to do, to build. We really don't care about of course we care about our community, about other things, we care about that token price, but we want to build something so that people can use, and then eventually it would help the token, because we are here on a marathon. What I always tell my team is, we are here for a long run. This is a marathon, not a sprint. So if we will do this as a sprint, yeah, well, probably next year we won't be able to survive. But if we will do this as a marathon, slow but surely. We have products, we have these things, we will promote those things. We can survive because this will. I don't know. I've been trading for 15 years already in the stock market, and then been trading in crypto since 2016. I have been in the bear market, and bear market really sucks. I know bear market really sucks. You can barely trade in the bear market. The volume is very low, and based on what I see, we are heading towards bear market. 40,000 BTC is just barely holding on. The BTC is barely holding on 40,000 BTC. I haven't checked the chart today, but if it breaks, we will be in the bear market. And I don't know, these people who are trying to flip coins would be able to survive. Most of those people I know during 2017, 20 um, bear market 2018 were not able to survive. Um, they were trying to catch. They were trying to catch all those knife. They were trying to flip those tokens, those ICUs, but none of them got rich. Those people who got rich, those the one who held until 2019, 2020 because of the COVID. After the COVID crash, there was a bull run. Actually, there was a bull run on December 2019, but it got affected by the March 2020. March 2020 crash. But after that, it went up again. So those who held
All right,
during
man. Stop flooding the crypto market.
it's,
you
not
doing?
it's not like that, but what
Yeah.
I'm trying to explain is this is a marathon. This is not a sprint. So it would benefit the community just to hold and support the project rather than fund it and then just do a paper hand. That's why I agree
Yeah.
with you.
There's a really good example. If you literally look at our chart, our top holder, like I said, 18% just dumped. He bought in super early, had 94K Vitall. Again, we have 500,000 supply, so it's a pretty decent portion. And that dude just like dumped everything. And it's the community really believed in it, and if they believe in it, they'll bring it back up, and that's what they've been doing. It's dwindling down now for us because of the NFTs going live, but it's typical. People are selling to buy NFTs, so but it's good. Yeah, I agree. Paper hands, no go.
And one thing I want to stress on, like everyone's like, oh, why is the price this? Why is the price that? I promise you, no one is checking the price more than the project leadership. Why? Because we feel like, this is our baby. We want this thing to succeed. No one is more stressed out than the people running the actual project. So, I mean,
Yeah.
your guys' thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's kind of an exercise in futility. In our case, anyway, it's kind of an exercise in futility to bother. If you're not in our position to bother like checking the price every half an hour. I mean, the Dex hasn't even launched yet, and people somehow seem to forget that this is a utility token. So,
Yeah, we're kind of in the same boat. I know Dan and I both. We've been doing analytics on this. we watch it every day, and we're like, if it does dip, then shoot, that'll be it. But we know for a fact that since our token is going to be utilized in what we're offering here, it's guaranteed for us that there will be value behind any project that's doing their token. So as long as it's utilized the right way, I think that should, price matters in some way because it entices people. But at the same time, if you believe in what you're doing and if your community believes in what you're doing, price really doesn't matter until that product is launched,
And another thing too, if you look at the pricing and how it goes up and down and everything, the biggest thing is that everything's higher than when it started too. So that's just a testament of like, hey, this is how big we are before we have even launched our full product. So that's purely backed by the community too, the faith in the projects, exactly the timelines, the roadmaps that we lay out for you guys. This is why, because the token price right now, I don't want to say it's irrelevant, but it's going to become more relevant when the actual projects are launched on the launch dates too. So there's a lot of volatility right now just because the utilities aren't necessarily developed to completion, but once it is completed, that's when it's going to be more stable, and that's when you're going to see prices rise too.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the biggest thing in the crypto market is definitely utility. It's not, it is marketing in a sense, but it's more or less utility. You don't see Solana DMing these crypto shillers like, hey man, here's 2 Solana, go ahead and retweet to all your bots for me. Like, no, it's strictly about utility. Yeah, there needs to be some marketing. Marketing usually comes for free once you have a good utility. I know, Phant, you were a perfect example of this. Solana News, they shared about us and they shared about you as well. It's simply, we didn't pay them. They saw potential and they saw great utility, so they decided to give everyone a shout out.
And Kenny asked in the chat, asking about SOLiance and what we're going to do together as like a actual alliance. And but isn't Solnet Tools doing some sort of stake pool where we all can stake each other's tokens and whatnot? Is that a thing still or not?
Yeah, it is. So
Great.
you want to take lead on that one? That was pretty cool what they suggested last meeting.
I don't remember too much of what goes on or what you guys really talked about, but from what I understand is Solnet was planning on having a staking platform that will allow our tokens to be staked for one another. So Solar, just like Kenny said, an example, stake Vital for Solar and vice versa and stuff like that. And probably even LP tokens if you guys have that. So I think.
Yep, right on the money. So the whole point of SOLiance is not only to, branch out and reach out to other communities and bring us all together. I've said this on numerous podcasts. If you look at like the top tier Solana projects, they're 1, backed by Solana, and 2, backed by the same venture capitalists. That's not decentralized at all. That's, centralization at its finest. So we're just here trying to catch up and eventually overthrow them through decentralization. Like, hey, look at these. We're just average people following our dreams, and we were able to accomplish this. So that's the whole premise with SOLiance. But as Tony was mentioning, we do plan on having some sort of universal staking NFT. This isn't Solarverse. This is something else. But basically, all our tokens will interact with one another. You can stake Vital for Solar, Solar for Vital, Phant for Vital, and so forth. And the beauty behind this is, I don't know if we're going to do it for free. We're going to charge a really low price, but we're going to send out this NFT where the metadata changes in the NFT that highlights a project from the SOLiance either on a daily or weekly basis. So it's pretty much free advertising.
Say moving, breathing, walking, sitting in your wallet, billboard, basically.
Yeah, exactly. We got another question from Farden. Yeah, I mean, anything coin market cap related, it takes some time. Fortunate enough, all our projects are on coin market cap. I would say 90% of the other projects out there can't even get listed. So they're super swamped. So I think it was Phant token. Yeah, just give it some time. And same with Solar. It just literally, it's up to coin market cap. It's out of our hands.
And I think that does it for the questions. So I think that's like a perfect segue. I know we're coming up on time here. And I know, Richard, you had some great updates on the Solar Dex too. So I want to give you the floor and talk about more about Solar Dex too.
Yeah, sure. So a lot of people are probably, same question, sorry. A lot of people are always asking, when's the DEX? When's the DEX? So as what happened last week, we transitioned to manual staking, which we thought was a win-win for both community and Solar Dex team. So we're still aiming for this week as far as deploying smart contracts for staking, but I'm going to say next week as a safeguard so people don't, question us. So that's where we're at with staking, but in conjunction with staking, the DEX is being worked on at the same time. So we're looking at a beta here in 2 to 3 weeks where once again, the community just come in and try to wreck this thing. And then as far as the Solarverse tease, I know, John, you weren't supposed to release that video, but yeah. So if you want to, I guess I'll allow it and talk a little about that. Go for it.
Okay, so I I did jump the gun in releasing the information. I was just super stoked about it. Anyway, I have been looking into NFTs a little bit more, and I thought it would be a perfect way to expand upon SolarDex. So I'm already thinking that I'm going to talk about this perhaps for next week's podcast topic. So I refuse to give away too much information, but that kind of goes against the precedent I've already set with teasing. But we're looking into big things. I will be spearheading this project. Is in conjunction with SolarDex. It's backed by SolarDex with the blessing of the team. We're going to have an amazing thing going on here with storylines and multiple planets and these different mintable NFTs. It's going to be big. I'm going to go more in depth next week though.
Looking forward to it, man. I'm excited for you.
Yep. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Good stuff. It's good stuff. It's interesting. I need to learn more about you guys. I haven't really jumped into your guys' community just quite yet. I've just been, like I said, this last week has been chaos for me. So the team as a whole. So I want to learn more about you guys later down the line as well.
Yeah, I actually want to learn more about you too. Cause like, as I was saying, when I've been reading up more on NFTs, just in the past couple months when I was formulating this idea, I didn't really come across much of anything in the line of audio NFTs. Like everyone in this group, in this alliance, is doing something, I don't say this lightly, kind of revolutionary. Yeah, I'm blown away. Yeah.
Agreed. We've had a few competitors kind of show up, but they're either not like Audius. People say, isn't Audius your competitor? I'm sure all of you guys know what Audius is. It's a very popular streaming platform that's on a blockchain. It's hosted on a blockchain, so especially Solana. But they are nowhere near at all to what we're going to do, as well as many others. A lot of the other blockchain audio NFT marketplaces they're laid out in such a way where there isn't really that much free trades, free buy and sell, whereas most secondary marketplaces such as Magic Eden, it's pretty free. It's pretty free of a market. You can kind of list for whatever you want and kind of stay under one collection. That's kind of what we're going to do here, but more categorize them for each thing. So it's yeah, I think we're definitely all onto something here.
Yeah, each project has its own kind of like niche that it's satisfying too. So it's really cool coming all together, putting our heads together, just because we may not be good at, like Vital's really good at, and vice versa, and same with Wurklo and Phant and everything too. So I know we're coming up on time here, so unfortunately I got to cut this off, but I will drop everyone's socials down in this video too. So everyone check them out, join the Telegrams, join Discords, follow them on Twitter, and more importantly, I don't want to say more importantly, that kind of downplays it, but most importantly, like, share, subscribe to this channel, stay up to date, learn more about the SOLiance and in the future Solarverse too. So hey, it was great having all of you guys on. I really appreciate this time, getting more insight into your projects, and I'm really excited to see where all this goes. So I want to say thank you guys, and for the Solar fam, thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next week on another episode of the Inter Solar podcast.